What evidence do we have that he was a nationalist or a nativist? I'm just asking you because I'm genuinely interested, and now I'm talking to a real journalist. I want to know. He said, look, there's been some proper investigations by a number of journalists into this guy and his affiliations. And what we found is that he was a member of, he was a converted Catholic, right? So he wasn't a Catholic to begin with.
He recently converted to Catholicism.
Yeah, a recent convert to Catholicism. And I said, okay, well, that in itself is
what
not,
is it? Yeah,
right? That doesn't sound particularly right-wing to me or extreme to me. And he was like, yeah, fair enough. But he was a member of a church here in Lyon called Saint-Georges. And he said, and I said, I don't know what that means. You're going to have to explain that to me. And he said, Saint-Georges is a church. This is what he said to me. He said, Saint-Georges is a church that houses a lot of far-right nationalist Catholics who are in that kind of circle, in that kind of group. So I was like, okay, I can't say anything to that because I don't know anything about it. Yeah. And so he carried on, and I said, okay, but again, that in and of itself isn't damning evidence, is it? Because you can be a member of a church. And how big is Saint-Georges Church? Oh, it's quite big. How big is the congregation? What's big? All right, so you can be in the church and not be, a member of a far-right group. And he said, but he's also now this is where his main evidence comes from. He said he was a card-carrying member of Action Francaise. Now, I'd never heard of Action Francaise. I had to write this down, and I sent it to you guys in the group because I was writing all this down as he was speaking. So Action Francaise, as I later discovered, I was like, okay. So I said to him, okay, I don't know what that is. And he said, it's a nationalist far-right group. I was like, okay, so he was in that and then he left. Is that what you sent to me?
It was dissolved. No, I think it was dissolved because it was a Lyon group from Lyons, and I think it was dissolved by our ex-defense minister or something like this. So he was in this group, but it was dissolved.
I see. So I carried on and said, okay, so he was in Action Francaise. He was, and then he came out of it. He's a convert to Catholicism, and he's got very Catholic views apparently. And he's a member of the church, Catholic Church of Saint-Georges in Lyon. Those three things. And I said to him, well, what about Twitter and Instagram? Has he posted stuff that would lead you to think that he's got those kind of views? He was like, we don't have any. I don't have any of that to share with you. And it kind of ended there. Yeah, I mean, look, if I try and be a little bit objective as much as I can and go to his side as much as possible, when he first met us with his colleague, he thought we were Scottish.